All right, let's get started adding our server. To do this, we have to add one new module to our project, and it's called static server. Now we could run the npm install command from the terminal, and we could pass in the module name static server, and that's one way to do it, but we can also open up package.json and modify the contents of our dependencies. Let's go ahead and run it from the terminal. I'm going to run npm install. Then I'm going to run static server, which is the module name, and I'm going to pass in the version number at 2.0.0. You can feel free to leave this off. If you run into any issues, it might be because of version changes in the static server library. At the very end, I'm going to use save, not save dev. Now when I hit enter, it's going to go off, grab the module, and update the package.json file, and you can see we have a new dependencies section. And it's different from the dev dependencies. If we're actually going to be hosting this fictional website, we do want the static server in production. We need it to open it up to the web. The dev dependencies, though, like gulp and gulp-uglify, don't necessarily need to be on the production server, and that's why they're under the dev dependencies folder. All right, now that we have the module installed, we're going to add a new file in the root of our project called server.js. I'm going to go ahead and save it right in the root of the project. And now we're going to simply create a server that serves up the public folder. And we can do this using static server. I'm going to create a new variable called static server using the camel case. And notice the beginning S is capitalized too. And I'm going to set it equal to the contents of the static server module. There we go. We've used require to load in the module, and we're ready to make a new server instance. I'm going to do that by creating a new variable called server and calling new static server. A new static server takes a few options. There's two we're going to be using in this case. The first is the path to the folder. This is specified via the root path attribute. And I'm going to set this attribute equal to ./public/. And this is referring to the current folder right here, this public folder. If I were to do ./other folder /, then it would be looking for a folder in the Gulp website called other folder. In this case, it's looking for the public folder, and the other option we're going to add is port. This tells the server what port to run on. In this case, we're going to pass into port the integer 3000. So we'll be able to access our website on localhost 3000 inside of our browser. The last thing to do is start the server. And we can do that by calling server.start. And server.start takes an argument, which is a callback function for when the server boots up. So I'm going to pass in an anonymous function. And then I'm going to log a little message to the screen just so we can confirm the server was actually started. Console.log server started on port, and then I'm going to concatenate the port. Server.port. Awesome. And that is all it takes to create our server. We can run it by opening up the terminal and running node server.js. And you can see right here, server started on port 3000 prints to the screen, which means we should be able to open up our browser and head over to localhost 3000. And you can see our terribly boring website, but everything is here and it does appear to be working on localhost 3000. All right, let's go ahead and add the cool stuff now, which is going to be Gulp Watch and Gulp Live Reload. I'll see you in the next video.